Om Shanti. This is the Sakar Murli of the 16th of March, 2015. The essence of the Murli is, sweet children, you have to study and teach the education for becoming deities from human beings. Show everyone the path to the land of peace and the land of happiness. Show everyone the path to Shantidham and Sukhdham. The question is, what are the signs of Satopradhan effort makers? What are the signs of Satopradhan effort makers? The answer is, they make others equal to themselves. They continue to bring benefit to many. They fill their aprons with the wealth of knowledge and donate it. They claim their inheritance for 21 births and also enable others to claim it. The song for today's Murli is Salutations to Shiv, Om Namah Shivaya. Om Shanti. You are sitting directly in front of the one whom the devotees praise. Therefore, you should have so much happiness. You say to him, Salutations to Shiv, Om Namah Shivaya. However, you don't have to pay homage. Children remember their father. They don't pay homage to him. That one is also the father. You receive an inheritance from him. You don't pay homage to him. You remember him. The soul in the body remembers him. The Father has taken this body on loan. He shows us the way to claim our unlimited inheritance from the Father. You also know very well that the Golden Age is the land of happiness and that the place where souls reside is also called the land of peace. It is in your intellects. We are residents of the land of peace. This Iron Age is definitely called the land of sorrow. You know that we souls are now studying to go to heaven, to become deities from human beings. Lakshmi and Narayana are deities. You have to become deities from human beings for the new world. You are studying with the Father. Each one studies to a different extent. The efforts some of you make are very intense, whereas the efforts of others are slack. Those who are Satopradhan effort makers enable others to make effort number-wise in order to make them equal to themselves. They bring benefit to many to the extent that you fill your aprons with wealth and donate it, so there will accordingly be that much benefit. Human beings donate. Then in the next birth, they receive the return of that for a short time. In that too, there is a little happiness, and the rest is sorrow, and only sorrow. You, however, receive the happiness of heaven for 21 births. Look how different the happiness of heaven is from this sorrow. You receive unlimited happiness in heaven from the unlimited Father. People donate and perform acts of charity in the name of God. That is indirect. You are now directly in front of Him. The Father now sits here and explains, on the path of devotion, if donations and charity are carried out in the name of God, people then receive the return of that in their next birth. If someone does something good, he receives a good return. If someone does something bad or commits sin, etc., he receives the return of that accordingly. Here in the Iron Age, sins continue to be committed. Charity is not performed at all. At the most, happiness is received temporarily. However, you become constantly happy for your future 21 births in the Golden Age. Its name is the land of happiness. You can write in the exhibitions that this is the path to the land of peace and the land of happiness. This is the easy path to go to the land of peace and the land of happiness. It is now the Iron Age. This is the easy road for going from the Iron Age to the Golden Age. From the impure world to the pure world without spending a shell. Human beings will then understand, because they have stone intellects, because they have patthar buddhi, the Father makes it very easy to explain to them. Its name, after all, is Easy Raj Yoga, easy knowledge. The Father makes you children so sensible. Lakshmi and Narayana sensible. Many things have been written about Krishna, but they are false allegations. Krishna said, "Ma, I didn't eat the butter." They don't even understand the meaning of, "I didn't eat the butter." Then, who did? A child is fed milk. Would a child eat butter? Or would he drink milk? All of those things that they have portrayed, such as breaking the butter pot, etc., didn't happen. He is, after all, the first Prince of Heaven. Praise is only of one Shiv Baba. No one else in the world is praised. At this time, everyone is impure, but there is also praise of the path of devotion. The rosary of devotees is remembered. Among the females, Meera is famous. Among the males, mainly Narad has been remembered. You know that one is the rosary of devotees, and that the other is the rosary of knowledge. From the rosary of devotees, they become part of the rosary of Rudra. Then the rosary of Vishnu is created from the rosary of Rudra. The rosary of Rudra is of the confluence age. The secret is in the intellects of you children. The Father sits directly in front of you and explains all of these things. When you sit directly in front of Baba, you should have goose pimples. Oh ho! My 100-fold fortune. From being 100% unfortunate, we become 100 times fortunate. Kumaris have not experienced the sword of lust. The Father says, that is the sword of lust. Knowledge is also called a sword. The Father has said, weapons of knowledge have been shown on the goddesses as physical weapons. Those are violent things. Human beings don't know what the discus of self-realization is. Human beings don't know what Swadershan Chakra is. By portraying Krishna in the scriptures with the discus of self-realization, they have shown violence and only violence. In the scriptures, the discus of self-realization is called Sudarshan Chakra. In fact, that is a matter of knowledge. You have now become spinners of the discus of self-realization. They have shown that as a thing of violence. They have shown that as a thing of violence. You children have now received knowledge of the self and the cycle. Baba says, you are the mouth-born children of Brahma, the decoration of the Brahmin clan, and the spinners of the discus of self-realization. Only you understand the meaning of this. You have the knowledge of 84 births and the world cycle. Initially, in the Golden Age, there is the Sun Dynasty religion, then the Moon Dynasty. Both of them together are called heaven. Amongst you, all of these things are number-wise, and each one's intellect. Baba has taught you, and you have studied, and become clever. In the same way, you now have to bring benefit to others. You have to become spinners of the discus of self-realization. Until you become the mouth-born progeny of Brahma, Brahma Mukh Vanshavali, how can you claim your inheritance from Shiv Baba? You have now become Brahmins. You shouldn't forget that you're claiming your inheritance from Shiv Baba, you should note down the points. The ladder is of 84 births. It is easy to come down a ladder. When they are climbing stairs, look how they climb, with one hand pressed on the back of their waist. However, there is also a lift. Baba now comes to give you a lift. The ascending stage is attained in a second. You children should now have the happiness that it is our ascending stage. We have found our most beloved Baba. There can be nothing as lovely as he is. Sages and sannyasis, etc., whoever they are, all remember the one beloved. All are his lovers. But who is he? They understand nothing of this. They just say, he is omnipresent. You now know that Shiv Baba is teaching us through this one. Shiv Baba doesn't have a body of his own. He is the Supreme Soul. The Supreme Soul means God, whose name is Shiv. Each soul has a separate name for his body. There is only the one Supreme Soul, who is called Shiv. Human beings have given him many different names. They have built a variety of temples. You now understand the meaning of that. In Bombay, there is a temple to Babulnath or Baburinath, the Lord of Thorns. At this time, he changes you into flowers from thorns. He makes you into the masters of the world. So, the first main thing is, the Father of Souls is one. It is only from him that the people of Bharat receive this inheritance. Lakshmi and Narayan are the masters of Bharat. They are not from China. If they were from China, their features would be different. They belong to Bharat. Initially, souls are beautiful, and then they become ugly. Alloys mixed into souls, they become ugly. The example is about them. A buzzing moth changes an ant and makes it equal to itself. What do sannyasis change? They make those who wear white clothes wear saffron clothes and shave their heads. You, however, take this knowledge. You will become as beautiful as Lakshmi and Narayan. Even nature is now Tamopradhan. This earth is also Tamopradhan. It causes damage. There are storms in the sky. They cause so much damage. Calamities and upheavals continue to take place. In this world now, there is supreme sorrow. There will be supreme happiness. The Father takes you from supreme sorrow to supreme happiness. Destruction of this world takes place, and then everything is Satopradhan. Now make effort and claim as much of the inheritance as you want to claim from the Father. Otherwise, you will have to repent at the end. Baba came, but we didn't do anything. It is written, when the haystack is set ablaze, they will wake up from the sleep of Kumbhakarna. Then they will cry out in despair and die. After the cries of despair, there will be cries of victory. There is despair in the Iron Age, is there not? They continue to kill each other. Many will die. After the Iron Age, it will then definitely be the Golden Age. Between them is the Confluence Age. This is called the Auspicious Confluence Age. The Father shows a good method to become Satopradhan from Tamopradhan. He just says, just remember me. You are not to do anything else. You children don't even need to bow your heads, etc. now. If someone puts his palms together in front of Baba, Baba says, neither you, the soul, have hands, nor does the Father. So, to whom are you putting your palms together? There shouldn't be a single sign of the path of devotion or the Iron Age here. O soul, Why do you put your palms together? Just remember me, the Father. Remembrance does not mean putting your palms together. Human beings will even put their palms together to the sun. Some will also put their palms together to a Mahatma. You don't need to put your palms together. This is the body that I have taken on loan. If someone puts his palms together to you, you have to put your palms together to him in return. You have to understand this. I am a soul. I have to become free from the bondage of the body. We are now to return home. It is as though there is distaste for this body. This old body has to be discarded, just like the example of a snake. Even a buzzing moth has enough sense to make ants into buzzing moths. You children have to remove those who are floundering in the ocean of vices and take them into the ocean of milk. Take them into Kshir-sagar. The Father now says, let's go to the land of peace. Human beings beat their heads so much for peace. Sannyasis don't receive the liberation in life of heaven. Yes, they do receive liberation. They are freed from sorrow and go and sit in the land of peace. Souls initially come down into liberation in life. Then later on, they enter lives of bondage. Souls are satopradhan, and then they come down the ladder. At first, they experience happiness. Then while descending, they have to become tamopradhan. Now once again, the Father has come to take everyone back home. The Father says, remember me and you will become pure. When human beings leave their bodies, they suffer a great deal of difficulty because they have to experience punishment. For example, they sacrifice themselves on the sword at Kashi because they have heard that by sacrificing oneself to Shiv, one receives liberation. You sacrifice yourselves now. So, these aspects then also continue on the path of devotion. They go and sacrifice themselves to Shiv. The Father now explains, no one can return to the home. Yes, they sacrifice themselves so much that their sins are cut away. Then the accounts begin again, anew. You now know this world cycle. At this time, it is everyone's descending stage. The Father says, I come and bestow salvation on everyone. I take everyone home. However, I wouldn't take anyone impure with me. Therefore, you become pure so that your flame can be ignited. At the time of a wedding, they light a flame in the pot and place it on the head of the bride. This custom only exists in Bharat. It is not lit and placed on the head of the groom, because it is said of the husband that he is God. How would you then ignite a light on God? The Father explains, my flame is already ignited. I ignite your flame. The Father is also called the flame, Shama. The people of the Brahm Samajis believe in the flame. The flame is kept constantly lit. They only remember that. They only consider that to be God. Others then think that the little flame, the soul, will merge into the big flame, the Supreme Soul. There are so many opinions. The Father says, your religion is one that gives so much happiness. In heaven, you see a lot of happiness. In the new world, you become deities. Your study is definitely for the new world. All other studies are for here. Here, you have to study and attain a status in the future. In the Gita too, Raj Yoga was taught. Then, at the end, there was a war and nothing was left. A dog is shown with the Pandavas. Now the father says, I make you into gods and goddesses. Here, there are human beings who cause many different types of sorrow. By using the sword of lust, one experiences so much sorrow. So you children should now have the happiness that the unlimited Father, the ocean of knowledge, is teaching us. He is the most beloved of all beloveds. We lovers remember him for half a cycle. You have continued to remember him. The Father says, now that I have come, follow my directions. Consider yourself to be a soul and remember me, the Father, and no one else. Without you having remembrance of me, your sins will not be burnt away. Continue to ask the surgeon for advice about everything. Baba will advise you. Fulfill your responsibilities in this way. If you follow advice, you will receive multi-millions at every step. If advice is taken, your responsibility is finished. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long-lost and now-found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the Mother, the Father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for Dharana. The first point is, in order to claim your inheritance of unlimited happiness from the unlimited Father, donate and perform charity in the name of God directly. Fill your apron, fill your jholi with the wealth of knowledge and donate it to everyone. The second point is, at this auspicious confluence age, liberate yourself from all bondage and become liberated in life. Be like a buzzing moth, be like a Brahmari, and do the service of making others equal to yourself. The blessing is, may you be a special server who reveals the Father with a balance of humility and authority. May you be a special server who reveals the Father with a balance of humility and authority. The explanation is, wonders are seen when there is a balance. When you give anyone the Father's introduction with a balance of humility and authority of truth, you will see wonders. The Father has to be revealed in this way. Your words have to be clear and filled with love, humility, sweetness, greatness, and truth, and then revelation will take place. While speaking, give them an experience every now and again through which they will experience your being an image that is lost in love. Those who serve with this form are special servers. Those who serve with this form are special servers. The slogan for today is, even if there are no facilities available at a time of need, let there be no obstacles in your spiritual endeavor. Even if there are no facilities, even if there are no sadhan available at a time of need, let there be no obstacles in your spiritual endeavor, in your sadhana. Om Shanti.